And we back. Yeah. Welcome. Last time we were here, it was a quick day for us. Quick day in the office. Ooh. We didn't do any Jubilee videos last week, but we got one this week. Do all ex-criminals think the same? Ooh. Last time I got locked up, it was with you.
Technically, we were in Holden, and technically this was like high school.
We met in the pen.
Don't tell nobody.
Oh shit! But yeah, do all ex-criminals think the same? I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know what questions they're gonna ask them. Like, do you think the crime that you did was stupid? Would you do it again if you just had better planning? I just wonder what they're gonna ask.
They probably gonna ask them about like rehabilitation and shit like that.
Yeah,
or, like depending on like the crime, do they feel like people should be able to?
I guess, the truth.
Readjust.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I mean, I bet like these are people that had time to.
Think. Yeah, and it also depends on how much time they spent in jail and shit too.
Yeah, so I'm sure they have a clear.
I don't want to
clairvoyance.
I don't want to hit a nigga that was in a pen for like 3 months.
Not even like an hour or two.
I don't want to hear from that nigga.
I don't want to hear from him.
I want to hear from a nigga that had to do library duty and shit like that.
Yeah, I want to hear from the person that was like, even the people that like were convicted of a crime that they didn't even commit. Yeah.
Did you see that? You probably ain't seen that shit, but we watched the trailer for it. It's called When They See Us. It's from Ava DuVernay. We saw a trailer for that shit, but it was a teaser trailer, so it was like quick. It was fast. Yeah. But I don't even know if it came out yet. I'm not sure. But she did an interview on the Breakfast Club, and it's about the Central Park 5. It's shit that happened in 1989. 1989, okay. It was like 5 kids. They got accused of rape. 5 black kids. They got accused of rape, but they spent I think 13 years in jail. But they all were innocent. Like, all 5 of them were innocent, and like all the documents and shit, they was pretty much kind of forged because they were talking to officers and shit like that. And they didn't have their parents present and shit like that. So like all the confessions and shit, they were like misconstrued.
Forced confessions.
Shit like that. And also like the lady, like still to this day says like she doesn't say that it was them, but she also don't deny that it was them and shit like to this day. But they got like a big ass settlement too at New York City and shit like that. I think it was like 40 million or for like 41 million. I'm not sure. But that's coming out soon. I don't think it's out yet, but it's called When They See Us. It's from Ava DuVernay. Yeah. So I can't wait till that come out. I want to see that shit. But yeah, let's see if all ex-criminals think the same. Ready?
Yeah.
Starting in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, good humans? This was one of our most requested episodes, so we've heard you.
When I first trying to forgive myself, I was like, okay, I wiped another human being off the face of the earth. Like, how do I forgive myself? How do I ever come back from this?
All right. So we got legit. All right. So I was just wondering. I was like,
don't got petty thieves.
I was wondering like if it's gonna be like a wide range of like people that like
different crimes,
and shit.
And I also wonder like if they're gonna ask them like
about pedophiles too.
No, not even that. Like their crime, like because murder. I think you stay in fucking. Unfortunately, you stay in fucking jail longer for a fucking like probably a bag of weed than you do for fucking murder.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm trying to think like. I wonder if one of the questions is going to be like, do you think that we probably deserve more time than we actually got and shit like that or some shit like that?
Yeah, does your crime fit
match
the
your time and
or
shit like that? Yeah, I wonder if they're going to do some shit like that because that's crazy. All right, cool. Starting again in 3, 2, 1.
Somebody said real talk.
Asian families, like we're super conservative. We don't talk about our feelings or anything like that. And it's just like, did you do your homework? Okay, good. My first visit in prison where like we're actually in person was like the first time my mom's ever hugged me in life. You know, it was just like,
damn.
I just feel really fulfilled by my relationships after going through that and really like, when you're going through your worst, that's when either like, you reach out and build on top of those relationships or like you just let it falter and you just shut everybody out.
Like Pink said, like our Asians, we never tell each other we love her. Yeah. I remember for me, it was in prison that was the first time I was able to tell my mom that I love her. My relationship with my family, my friends is a lot more meaningful and strong today than what it was.
During time, when I came to prison, a lot of my family members was older. Seeing me, you know, they favorite nephew, they favorite grandchild, go through this, they were stressing out, crying. I had some have a heart attack in front of me, a seizure. You know, that bothered me. A lot of them passed on, never got a chance to see me walk up out of prison.
It's like a good and bad with prison because it's like a metamorphosis that you go through because of this situation. You have to sit in whatever you've done, but at the same time, you get to, you know, transform yourself into something better.
I forgot the fucking question. I guess, because it said family or whatever the case is, right? Mm-hmm. One reason I know I never went to jail, I'm not a mama's boy or anything like that, but my OG told me, like, if I ever go to jail, she done with me.
She done with
like,
you?
Like, facts. Like, that's the one thing that she told my ass. Like, she said, if you ever go to jail, nigga, like, I'm done with you. And unfortunately, that's why I had to send it into my own kids' heads. Like you keep acting how you acting, keep going the route you going. Like, I'm just gonna tell you like my OG told me. Shit, she said, if you ever go to jail, I'm done with your ass. I'm dead ass serious. That's what something that she told me.
That shit stuck to you at heart.
Yeah. That mean no commissary. That mean no coming to see. Cause I don't think my mama ever went to jail. And my brother, one of my brothers, been in jail for a while. I think he's like in jail again now or some shit like that. And she's never like went downstate with us or no travel or no shit like that with us. And he stayed with us like when I was younger and shit like that. He stayed inside of our house and shit like that. So he was around, and I'm pretty sure they had some type of relationship with the cases. But she ain't never went downstate. And I actually went downstate with my dad and shit when he used to go visit him and shit like that. Yeah, so that's what she told my ass. That's pretty much what she told my ass.
Yeah, I used to always hear, well, my mama ain't tell me shit like that, but one of my cousins used to tell me, he's like, don't be a statistic. He's like, he said, throw numbers out there and shit. And one of the things that always stuck with me was like, all right, every time like I did something like an accomplishment or something, he's like, all right, now you got 12 more stereotypical statistics to go. So you already got past 3 of them. He's like, shit. you got a couple more to go. He's like, you got a couple more to go, and then you good.
Oh shit.
So, you know, like the average ones, like, you know, people not making it to the age of like 21. Like that type of shit, like finish high school, having a kid early, like all this shit. Like that, yeah, so like I don't know, but I would imagine so that like I guess.
I think my dad still do because she still do with my brother.
He still deal with your brother?
For the most part, yeah. I know my mom said she dealt with my ass.
Yeah, I don't know because like with me, like I got a brother now, or well, my brother's 20. But
old enough.
My younger brother. But like at that time, I was like the only child. So like, although like we talked about this before, like I don't have any kind of relationship with my biological father or my sperm donor, as I like to quote unquote say. But I know I'm supposedly the oldest out of all his kids. Okay. So, and I think from what my sister was telling me, I think one of my brothers was in and out of jail or some shit like that. So I don't know, but I can see where that does like affect families and like changes, because like that does put a lot on people, like stressing out, worrying about the safety of
and it also depends
somebody.
on like what your situation is outside before you even go into jail.
Yeah.
Like say you probably like I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of, but like you the person who runs the household. Like, you had the household, if the case is, like, you the only one bringing money in, kids, like, all that shit. Like, that's a lot of shit that another motherfucker got to take on. Yeah. Like, because your ass gone and shit like that. So, yeah. Yeah, but I'm never going to jail, no way. I already told the motherfucker, like, it's either live life or die. I ain't going to jail. Unless I can get solitary confinement for the whole time that I'm there.
You one of those motherfuckers that snap your own neck while you running away.
Oh, yeah,
you like, you ain't gonna get me.
I'm thumbing Louise and some shit. You ain't never gonna catch me. I'm sorry. I'm killing myself before I go to jail. I need certified solitary confinement before you lock my ass. Sorry.
I don't know that. I hope maybe they bring that up too, solitary confinement, because that fucks with people's mental state.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You
can go crazy. You think you'd be like, oh, this is sweet. I got time to myself.
I know it ain't gonna be sweet. I gotta do that shit in the general population. I'm sorry. If anybody gonna play with my butthole, it's gonna be me. I'll just be honest.
You stupid, man. You fucking idiot.
You can't fight a whole gang of niggas. I done seen a lot of movies.
Anybody gonna play with my butthole, it's gonna be me. Oh,
I'm
stupid,
serious.
man.
You gonna have to kill me before I go to jail. I'm sorry. I guess I was gonna read the fucking question. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, too. Damn, that nigga.
He immediately went back over there.
They didn't even fucking, they didn't even wait to the countdown.
Yeah. I mean, that's real, bruh.
I've been out a little over 2 weeks, and
Damn.
the process has been a little easier than what I thought it was going to be. I'm just ready to get the ball rolling. I'm 43. I don't have no time to be playing, so I'm kind of like.
I wonder how long he was in jail.
And I know it's going to be struggles. I know it's going to be challenges, but I'm prepared for that too.
How long were you?
Over 25 years.
Damn.
I wasn't fearful just because, like, I had a set date. I went in, I was married, so the plan was like, we're gonna do this, do this, do this. So I was just fortunate that I did have people around me. And even in prison, I had people around me that were like, you know, you can get out and do this. There was always options. I never felt helpless.
I was terrified of getting out of prison. I went in at 19, I got out at 33. I know exactly all my friends who are now aerospace engineers and doctors and everything. I'm like, I have no work experience. I have nothing to put on my resume. I have no job, prospects. What if I fail and my family has to continue taking care of me? It scared the crap out of me, more so than staying in prison. I knew that prison messed me up, like mentally, like just day in and day out of them telling you that you have no value and you're nothing. I knew that was like in my brain.
But I think you've done the most of that fear though. Look what you've done now since you've been home. So I think you've done good for yourself.
Thank you.
So we got good outlook.
I'm gonna pause.
Yeah. I thought one of them might say, like, because, there's some people that's been in jail since like the 90s,
but
like,
some people.
It's weird coming out.
You probably finna say exactly what I'm
saying.
saying.
Like technology and shit. Like getting
not even technology. Like not even technology. Like I know a lot of motherfuckers. Like for facts, I know motherfuckers that said, like, yo, I'm finna go do some shit that's gonna put me right back in where I was comfortable at. Because the outside world is just
too much.
It's too much to like take in.
Because there's a lot that they missed out on.
The fucked up part is like. Unfortunately, like, the jail system is supposed to institutionalize and shit, like all that other bullshit that it claims it's supposed to do, but it doesn't. But at the same time, motherfucker get institutionalized to the point, like, this is all they know. Like, they know a guard finna come wake me up, a guard is finna take me and my group or whatever the case is to lunch, breakfast. Like, that's only because they go out and then they just going out to a world where they ain't, and it just depends on, like, their fucking situation when they get out. Like, their whole family might be fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, dad, aunties, whoever gave a fuck about them before they went in, they probably fucking dead. So now they ain't got nowhere to go, they ain't got nowhere to live, all this other bullshit. But guess what? When they was in jail, they had somewhere to stay. They had their meal. They had meals every single day. They had somewhere to bathe. They had friends. Like all that shit, like that shit that they had, like low key before they even got out. So I can understand, like Like, motherfucker saying, because
It's scary.
He said he got locked up at, what, 19, did he say? Was it 19? Or it was probably less. I can't remember.
He said he was locked up when he was 19 or 18 or something like
yeah,
that. And
but the fact that he ain't got no, but he ain't got shit. Like, he ain't got no work experience. Like, whatever.
That's real, bro.
Whatever work study or work job, whatever that you had in jail, that low key don't mean shit outside of jail.
Yeah, and
that don't mean shit. Like, you probably been doing something for those 20 plus years, with the cases, but when you come out to the outside world, you can't put that shit on no fucking resume.
Yeah, not only to mention that when people get out too, a lot of these jobs they ask you if you ever been convicted of a felony and all that shit.
Yeah,
so
but
like it's hard for you to even get.
But the only thing about it now, like it used to be bad back in the days. Like that shit, that'll hold a motherfucker back. But now there are a lot of programs for like ex-cons and shit like that.
There's some, but there's not a lot.
But it's a lot more than it used to be though.
Yeah,
it's a way a lot more. Like CTA even got a fucking program for like ex-cons and shit like that, just depending on the fucking crime. Also, that's something I think Jubilee should have did too. I think they should. Like, I'm not trying to like put these niggas out there like that, what the case is, and that's probably not what they tried to do. But they should have put at least like the crime and how many years they served in jail. Because unless like they actually say it in this fucking video, they might ask them in one of these questions. I don't fucking know. But unless they actually say it out their own mouth about the crime they did and how many years they served, like we're not gonna know. Like my man just said he just got out 2 fucking weeks ago, and he's been in the jail for like 25 plus fucking years and shit like that. So, but I wonder what crime he did to get that. And also him too, he was in jail since 19. He just got out, or whenever the fuck he got out, but he did 20-something years also. Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, they should have did that, but I understand they probably not trying to, like, put them in that type of box and put all the information and shit like that, but I'm just wondering, like, on a crime, because I'm assuming this was the next question. It says that the punishment fit the crime that I committed, whatever the case is. But that's something they should probably did, but that's some shit, though. Like, but I understand that shit, though. Like,
yeah, just getting back is hard.
I don't want to call jail a safe space, but shit, that's a safe space for some motherfuckers.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it definitely is, because there are some people that, like, I was watching the doc and they were like saying exactly what you said. Like, they felt comfortable inside. They didn't have to, like, because there was so much, like, the pop culture shit didn't really matter, but like so much is like the tech and the job and the experience and all that other shit. Like, they lost so much time in that, because like this one person, like, they got locked up early 90s and then they got released like 2016 17, some shit like that. And it's like a lot of the shit that's going on, they was pretty much out of the loop, and they trying to like learn this shit. And then like you said before, there are programs and shit, but then like it's not enough of those programs. And like it also puts, like, I want to say kind of like this big stick in the mud, because like it's also creating this loop too, where people, like, because there's not enough resources and programs and shit, that these people like, man, fuck this, I'm finna go back in.
They ain't got no choice to go back.
Like, fuck it, I'm finna go back in, because like all this shit, like I didn't try doing it the honest way and shit.
Just imagine trying to cram 20-some plus years into your fucking head in like one fucking day.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's that butterfly effect shit. Like, like you trying to cram like 20 plus years of everything that didn't happen in one fucking day, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Let's start again in 3, 2, 1.
Depending on the crime, some of them might have drug trafficking or some shit.
It was 6 of us on my case, and they gave us all 6 the same charge. You just gotta take full responsibility. This is what they say you're guilty of. This is what your charges is. Even though I didn't pull the trigger, even though I didn't do all the other things that other people did, it was like, you know, all 6 of us go commit a crime, but all 6 of us didn't participate. But all of us got charged the same thing.
I was a vengeful person years ago, and I was a retaliative individual, and I ended my best friend's life, and I received life, and it was absolutely fair. But it wasn't fair for their family, because I can still see my family, so I agree.
Oh, shit.
Damn, I got real.
But he got life, though.
Yeah.
How
is he out? I'm confused.
Yeah,
I thought life made life.
Yeah. Is he out for us? Just
a good parole? Or a good parole?
Yeah, I don't get that one.
Or,
because he just said he had life, right? Unless I just heard that wrong, right? He said he got life.
I could have sworn he said that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe he was saying he was supposed to get life.
Supposed to get life for a life or something like that.
Or something. I have no idea.
Yeah, that one kind of went over. I'm not sure. What Black Homie just said. That's exactly how the criminal system kind of does
work. Yeah.
Like even if you weren't like you are a
you're a driver.
Like, yeah, even if you're a driver, like even if everybody can't be Kane or can't be Cuba. Like everybody ain't getting out the car. So like if you on the scene of the shit going on, all y'all get caught. Like all y'all getting charged with the same shit. Unfortunately, like it don't matter what the fuck it is, low key, unless you got the best lawyer in the motherfucking world or some shit like that, which a lot of motherfuckers obviously can't fucking afford. Yeah. Like let's not even play ourselves in the system. You gonna get charged with everybody else. Mm-hmm. So if one person gets charged for murder, shit, everybody gets charged for murder. That's what I'm assuming because he just said pull the trigger. So I'm assuming somebody got killed, probably a drive-by. I don't fucking know because they're not telling us, but shit.
Specifics, yeah.
But shit, yeah. If you get caught in the midst of the crime with the criminals, you get charged. The same shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is. So, unfortunately, but shit, that's how it is, I guess. Starting in at 3, 2, 1.
Some of these guys are on it before you even finish the question.
Mm-hmm.
It did take me a second to forgive myself.
Talk about episode.
Because I think for any of us, like we were hardest on ourselves, we do something wrong. And everybody else will forgive us, but we don't forget ourselves. So it took me a while, but I have owning it and then forgiven myself on that. So that's why I'm kind of just somewhat agree.
For me, it was hard just based on like my father passed when I was in prison. For years, I had dreams about him. That's what made it hard for me to like get over it. But I think once I kind of like faced it and actually grieved that loss, that's when I was able to actually move forward.
To watch my mom drive out every single weekend and camp out in front of the prison overnight. She would come in and sit there at visiting, and she'd be so exhausted she'd just fall asleep. When I was 20, I was like, Mom, just go home. Like, just go home and go to sleep. But I didn't realize that she did that because she loved me that much. Now knowing that she went through all of that for me, it's tough to forgive yourself for that.
Oh yeah,
you know?
When I first trying to forgive myself, I was like, okay, I wiped another human being off the face of the earth. Like, how do I forgive myself? How do I ever come back from this? But I figured if I sit there and hold on to that, there's no moving forward. So if I really feel bad and if I want to forgive myself, then how can I make sure there's no more victims? How can I make sure that I can make a better life for myself and the people around me?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know the name. I don't know these crimes and shit like that. But forgiving yourself is shit hard without doing like half the shit, whatever the fuck they did in the first fucking place. Like it's hard to forgive yourself like on regular day normal shit, low key. So I can just imagine like that's why he said he disagreed with like forgiving himself cause shit. Like he said he took a whole nother life.
Yeah.
Like how do you forgive yourself for taking somebody else's fucking life?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even low key. Kind of up to you.
Yeah,
to forgive yourself.
Was a homie in a striped shirt. He was like he killed his best friend.
Yeah.
So I know he's saying now he stood over there with the other guy too. Like he ain't no
how do you
forgiving yourself
for that shit like that? Yeah, it's crazy. Starting in a 3, 2, 1.
It's rough.
It is. We know that already, though.
Everybody should move to one side. He said somewhat agree.
Like for me, it goes down to like history. Basically, the first sheriff's badge was the slave patrol.
Yeah.
So, coming down that line from slave patrol to the chain gang to mass incarceration. So like the justice system, I somewhat agree that it's like, because it was created to do what it does. It's doing what it's supposed to. It wasn't made for me or by me, so it does its function as far as I'm concerned.
The justice system is, based on how the prosecutor can bolster his success rate in court, because that's how they get into private practice, right? It's sort of like our political system. They're not gonna go for, soft on crime laws because they don't get elected into the next, term. Same thing with the prosecutors. They're not gonna, try a case where they're not so sure about, or they're gonna like stack their case against you because they want to bolster their success rate so that they can get into private practice and make even more money.
You're right, because two people with the exact same charge Depends whether they have public defender or paid lawyer.
Public defender, paid lawyer,
Too.
county that you got arrested at, state you got arrested at. Like, I mean, you go across the border, it's completely. You can do from like 2 years to a life sentence on any charge.
Besides those that are innocent, and I do agree with a lot of things he said, when this first came about, I used to tell some of my friends, oh, it's my attorney's fault I got 25 to life. Well, it's my upbringing when I got 25 to life. But I realized that laws are in place and justice system to protect society and our own families as well. I didn't put the gun in my attorney's hand. I didn't put the gun in the judge's hand or the jury. I'm the one that put myself in that. And when I got the 25 to life, I understood and I accepted it.
Oh, you got 25 too.
Okay. Your viewpoint. I just feel like it's two separate issues. You know, like I take responsibility for it. I still don't think the game's fair, right? Like they lock us up away for years. Don't provide any way for us to really better ourselves. And then on your release date, here's $200, get out of here, don't get in trouble again. Like, I have no idea how to find a job. I have no idea how to cope. I have no idea how to process, you know, my mental state and my emotional state. I was lucky enough to have support, but there are a lot of people we know, like, they're paroling
homeless
under a bridge. You know, it's like, what is the system doing for them?
That's literally everything we just said. That's literally everything that we've just been talking about this whole fucking time. So yeah, we know for a fact, just like black guy with the glasses was saying, like the sheriff badge was pretty much the slave patrol.
Yeah.
Like facts. And
yeah, that is fact. The police and like that came from slavery.
Yeah,
like,
so
all
that shit. It's just. It's literally everything that we just been saying this whole fucking time. Like, I don't think I put it in better fucking words. Like, it's unfair. Just like he said, like, shit, they do all these years, then they just give you $200 and just tell you, all right, go up. Yeah, so.
I'm gonna get your ass back here.
Yeah, so that's pretty much everything we've been saying this whole fucking. Are you gonna be bitch made or are you gonna work?
It's definitely gonna be bitch made.
We'll see. We will see. We will see. Can't get past the first fucking video. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
Like, I was gonna be quiet. Like the nerd over here. I mean, I had all those fears. My family's like, just keep your head down. Everyone's like, don't say what you're in for. And I'm like, I'm in for fraud, you know. And I just kept my head low. I'm like, that's it. So I basically knew I was coming home. But it was an adventure.
A lot of my friends died as teenagers, 16, 17 years old. The area I grew up in, you know, it was, you know, you didn't even live to see 21. No friends that I grew up with playing Pee Wee League, all that, they're all gone. So my mother looked at this as this is what saved me.
My very first cellmate was a lifer, you know, who like murdered his wife in cold blood, and we didn't get along. And you know, he one night he put citricide in my food, like industrial cleaner in my food.
Damn.
And like I caught him. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do now? And you know, I talked to the guys. They're like, you gotta handle it. You know, I was just a kid. You know, and there were definitely times where I didn't think I was gonna make it out.
That's the biggest fear, is getting stabbed for somebody else messing up, and then, or the cops just shooting and then missing or hitting us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oof.
All right. So he was 16 when he went in there. Yeah. He just said that happened when he was 17. The Asian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I ain't going to jail. I ain't got time
crazy.
for that shit.
Putting shit in your food?
Yeah. What an industrial cleaner. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm surprised I still made it this far in life.
All the wild shit you done did.
Yeah, I'm still surprised. Like to this day, I be thinking about that shit. Like I don't think I was supposed to make it this far. I'm just being honest. Like I don't think I was supposed to make it this far. Like a nigga ain't have a plan to make it this far. To be honest with you, I'm just being honest. So yeah, shit. I feel him on that shit. But like the black dude said though, he was like, shit. His mom even like thought that him being in jail was like the safest place for him to fucking be. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. And it probably is, just depending on his fucking situation and depending on where he grew up in, shit like that. So
yeah, especially he said basically all his friends died. So
yeah,
he was like on that list.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think nobody else said nothing. So he did fraud. I guess we found out his crime.
So we got two murders, fraud, and everybody else is a little bit still kind of quiet.
Yeah, because we don't know what the guy in the glasses did, but I don't think we know what the guy the 7th that went in at 16. I don't think we know what he did either.
The other Asian guy.
Yeah, I don't think we know what he did. Starting in at 3-2.
It's like, yeah, they all should move over.
You know, you have a fucking voice, and you're not everything the guards tell you are. You're not everything the prosecutor said you are. You're not everything that, you know, the wardens and the system says you are, right? Like, the way they treated us like animals, like just throwing us on the wall and, like, strip searches and, you know, coming into your cell and, like, tearing up all your stuff. Like, that's not who we are.
Well, I love the person I am today. I have the more appreciation for the smaller things.
I truly believe that every human being's worth salvaging, and I say that all the time. So that's why, like, regardless of our mistakes in the past or the choices we made, that's why I believe, like, I'm not dictated by my past.
I'm gonna pause. I can understand that. Of course, they're not the same person they are when they went in, because shit seems like from half of it, like half of them was fucking 16, 17, and
earlier,
whatever age they were when they fucking went in. But unfortunately, like, they still gonna get stereotyped. They still have to answer the questions, like, depending on the crime, they have to answer. Cause I don't think there's no child pedophiles and no shit like that, so they don't have to be, like, registered or shit like that. But, like, based on your crime, like a murder, I don't know if you just look up a murderer or look up, like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you just probably Google search one of their names or some shit like that.
You can find out.
Probably an article or some shit like that, or something just comes up with their name on it, some shit like that. But unfortunately, shit like that happens. But yeah, shit, I'm pretty sure if you sit down for a long ass amount of time, you got time to fucking think. Because I'm assuming none of these guys did anything like for a short crime. So we got exactly what we asked for. We got like
random crimes.
Yeah, we got niggas that was in there for like 20 plus years or like 10, 15 years, whatever the case is. So shit, they had time to fucking think and like try to figure life out and shit. Because shit, this is really like I guess a good batch of ex-criminals, because all of them are out right now just trying to figure shit out at this point and get their shit together. So
trying to adjust and shit.
Yeah, so sorry to get it 3-2. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much the whole video.
I love you.
Man, like, we have such different experiences, and the fact that we come from very different places, I think it was just very enlightening to watch.
One more thing, you guys were actually doing an episode with cops, but we're having trouble finding cops. So Kendra, email Kendra if you know any cops or officers who'd love to be in an episode, because we want to humanize cops and tell their stories too.
And if you are not a
Blue
cop,
wall of secrecy.
Yeah,
I want to talk about that.
More amazing, good humans to be part of this. So we'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. As always, like, subscribe, leave a comment below, follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
Jubilee, if you flying people out, I mean, you guys can always do like a father's episode, you know? Two fathers here. Two fathers here looking for a little exposure, you know? It's cool. Yeah, if they do that shit, that cops shit, I mean, shit.
Yeah, because it is a whole different thing. Because, like, I have some family members that on like both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So like mostly, I guess family members that are cops too. Mm-hmm. And I just like, man, hearing like the day-to-day shit that they be going through, I was like, man, why the fuck are you a cop? Mm-hmm. I was like, man, they it's like so like people are so unappreciative like the shit you do, or like just like treat you a certain way and shit. But then like there are moments like where they do have like happy little stories in there every once in a while. But
that's what any job does too. At the same time.
I was like, I could tell that like 10
stressful, more dangerous and shit.
That's stressful and shit. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, shit, we'll be here for that episode.
Yeah. Plus, I really want to see it because like I want a black cop in there.
Some questions, man.
I want to see a black cop in there because I know they get the double jeopardy shit because a member of my family, like my uncle, like he's a cop, and he be getting that bullshit too.
Man, I just seen a fucking video on fucking Facebook, my nigga. It was a white lady cop pulling another person over, but she didn't know it was a cop and he was black. and she pulled him out, asking for his ID, pulled him out the car, all type of wild shit. And he was an officer himself. It was wild, bro. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll be here for that episode of Jubilee. Once again, if you ever need some fathers and want to do some opinions of fathers, just hit us up.
Right.
If y'all flying people, I'm trying to get flued out.
He said, I'm trying to get flued out.